How to go from 0 to 1,000 extremely loyal subscribers very quickly. Today we're talking to Attack Power Gaming, who got 1,000 subscribers in just 90 days, which is pretty impressive when you consider the average is 22 months. But what's even more impressive is the loyalty of the community that he built, to the point where he has 13 people paying him $170 a month on Patreon, and he usually gets between 800 and 1,500 people watching every single video he posts, despite the fact that his videos frequently push 1 hour in length and he only spends 5 minutes editing them. So today we're going to be talking to Attack Power Gaming to reveal exactly how he reached 1,000 subscribers in 90 days, but beyond that, how he grew such a loyal community so fast. So man, before we actually get into the tips though, I really want to talk about your story, because I think it's going to give people really important context so they better understand how to actually apply the knowledge you're going to share.
Yeah, so my real job is a teacher and a big video gamer. For many years, I've played a specific game called Steel Division 2. It's like a really intense RTS game, really small player base, really niche. And I've really enjoyed it. I played for 2 or 3 years. I play competitively. There's tournaments and leagues and things. So I started my channel in January of 2022. You know, watched a whole bunch of videos on how to use OBS and how to record into that. And then I found your channel as well with the growing your gaming channel and things, and started, you know, down the rabbit hole, watching all your old content and everything to, you know, just to try to get off on the right foot. And then I actually joined the course, you know, went through that whole process as well. And it was really, really helpful. So I felt ready to go. So I made my first video, and it was literally called How Not to Suck at Steel Division 2. Posted that, and the video was received relatively well. I mean, it was 30, 10, 20, 30 views at the beginning. Video 2 came out as How Not to Suck at something else in Steel Division 2. And I just kind of made a whole series of those, slowly improving each one of those videos bit by bit, you know, working out the kinks, fixing the audio things and all those kind of things, experimenting with some video editors. That's how I started. And it was really slow at first. I feel like end of January, I just crawled through it. I had about 30 subscribers. So, you know, it wasn't going great. Right towards the end of January, I actually hooked up with another YouTuber who makes videos for the game and did a collab with him. And that definitely gave me a big shot in the arm, 20 some subscribers in one day. And that was like, whoa, you know, all of a sudden I'm at 50 subscribers. And that was like a huge jump after 30 days of getting 30 in total. So, you know, that was definitely like a big step forward and definitely a huge motivator. That was like, okay, all I need is for people to get eyes on the videos. Like all I need is for people to know I'm there, and people will subscribe. My content doesn't suck. It's that it hasn't been seen yet. And I think it's really important to find a way to get your content seen. All things considered, my journey was relatively quick. By the time April rolled around, the end of April, I was actually just cresting the 1,000 subscriber mark. And I did not struggle with getting the 4,000 hours. I think I had 4,000 hours about 2 months after, because content for my game tends to be really long. So, you know, each of my videos was 15 to 20 minutes long, and people tended to watch at least 50% of the video. I'm at 2,800 subscribers. I actually just passed that the other day. It's September, early September now. You know, I grow about 200 to 300 subscribers a month. View-wise, I'm 28 days, I've had about 55,000 views. 9.2 thousand watch hours, 221 subscribers, and revenue is about $200 for this 28 days. So it's honestly more than I thought I'd be making. I was shooting for $50.
Yeah, that's super impressive. And something we might get into later potentially is that doesn't even include like Patreon revenue, because you've got like 13 people, I think, paying you roughly like $170 a month, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now in this video, you're going to share your advice on how people watching this right now can replicate your results. But first, do you think that you were like super special or unique? Or do you think anyone, like the people watching this right now, will be able to replicate the kinds of results that you got on your gaming channel?
I definitely think anyone can do it, but I think everyone's journey is very different, and I think everyone has very different strengths and weaknesses. You know, me personally, teaching is a strength for me, so I focused in that strength to make tutorials, like to prefer making tutorials and stuff over just like me playing the game. Your own personality really is going to inform the way you're going to make your content. What I would encourage people to do is you got to be yourself in your videos. You know, don't try to be something totally different. I mean, you can put on a character, that's fine, but if the character's not based on, like, if it doesn't make you happy to be that person or to be that person on the screen and represent yourself that way, it's going to come through to people. It's the same as when I teach in a professional sense. Like if I'm not myself with my students, they can read that, and people on YouTube feel the same way.
All right, let's get stuck into this. So if you were to go back in time and have a conversation with the old you, the you who was struggling to get views and subscribers, let alone a loyal community of subscribers, what is the first step you'd recommend to that person?
At the very start of all this, I think the most important thing I did to be successful was to niche down, become a pillar of your game, because then you're the first name that comes up when people YouTube search you, you're the first one that comes up, and that's just more and more subscribers and views. The next step then is to just make sure you're posting your videos in as many places as you can. Posting to the Discord, like the Steel Division 2 Discords that I was a part of, and like making it known that you are a content creator for that game is really, really pivotal. So if you're playing any game in multiplayer, look for places where competitive play is happening, because those are the people who care about the game. Those are the kind of Discords you want to be in.
Awesome. So following that, what should people do?
I think the next step then would be focus on quality in content. Like, obviously you need to be making good videos, and you've got to be self-reflecting. Like, go ask people, go ask other YouTubers, what's good about my content, what's not good. And you got to be ready for criticism. Way too many people sit there and think their videos are the greatest, or they're amazing or whatever. The truth of the matter is they're not. I come to that realization myself in many, many things. And YouTube is also one of them. You know, my content is not always the best. What can I do to make it better? As long as you're always pushing to improve your content, I think that's what's most important. Something that took me a really long time and I'm still refining now is trying to get your thumbnails on point, interesting and engaging, so that people actually click on your videos. And then finally, interact with your community. Like, respond to every comment and respond to it positively. Like, people are gonna make crap comments. People are gonna say stuff you don't like. Someone's gonna tell you how you screwed up. Like, I'm telling you right now, people are going to tell you how you made this mistake here, how you should have done this, how they do it this way, so on and so forth. Just say, okay, thanks. Yeah, that's a great suggestion. I like, swallow your pride and move on. Once you get the community tab, which does take a little bit of time, it's very frustrating. I don't know why you can't just use it, but when you get it, use it. Put up votes, show people that you care about what they think. You know, ask what kind of content they want, ask what works for them. I've several times been like, hey, do you want to see this part of the battle? Do you want me to skip to it? Do you want to see my head floating in the corner? Do you not want to see my head floating in the corner? These kind of things help narrow down what works. It lets you skip a lot of experimentation just by asking people what they're looking for.
Do you have any final tips for building a really loyal community? Because like I said earlier, I think that's something that you've done incredibly, incredibly well.
Yes, this is a tough one because I don't think my advice will apply to everyone, but I do personally think that the best way to get people to be loyal on YouTube is to teach them something. So I find that channels that teach people, channels that have educational content, I think those are the channels that get the most loyal subscribers, because then those people are like, wow, this guy helped me enjoy this game more. This guy helped me get better at this game. Now, people really appreciate that. Then those people feel willing to give you money on Patreon. They feel willing to continue to watch your videos, even if they're not always tutorials anymore. Part of what gets me money on Patreon is because I offer coaching and reviews of people's gameplay and stuff to help them improve. It's not just, hey, give me money because you like my channel. It's, I want to provide this service even more to you. You like what you see on YouTube, and I want to give it to you in a more personal aspect by coaching you personally. Like, that's what you're paying the Patreon for. Like, if you have the opportunity to teach something to someone, teach something to someone, because those people will stay loyal to your channel.
It's almost like an analogy, what you just said, for an even broader concept, which is basically just going above and beyond. How can you go above and beyond to make people think, wow, this guy actually cares, or this person is actually genuine, or this person is different from all the rest? That's what's going to get you remembered. That's what's going to keep people coming back, and that's what's going to make people loyal.
Yeah, absolutely. If your viewer walks away from your video and feels like they've gotten legitimate value out of your video, if it can be anything beyond just pure entertainment, that's huge. If you can get entertainment that has value to them in some other way, or just make your entertainment that enjoyable that people feel value in it, that's going to create a loyal subscriber and a long-term viewer.
Thanks so much for sharing your process, man. Really appreciate it. But for people who want to go deeper, for people who want to take your exact journey, let's talk about GYGC, because if I'm not mistaken, you actually started your whole journey by signing up for my course. Is that right?
I wasn't just going to blindly jump into this. I didn't want my first videos to be total trash, and I didn't want this to fail before it started, sort of thing. So I had started going on YouTube and just typing how to make a gaming channel, or, you know, YouTube, how to game on YouTube, whatever. And of course, your channel came up. I found the information really valuable, so I saw the course. So yeah, I went through the 90-day challenge and everything. It was really helpful.
How big of an impact do you think signing up for the course helped in your success?
I do not think I would have grown as fast as I did without it. I definitely do not think that. Do I think I would have gotten there eventually? I'd like to think so, but it would have taken me much longer. I definitely think your course really helped me sidestep a lot of the early mistakes that people make and really kind of kickstart my channel more so than if I had done it myself.
We probably should have addressed this earlier, but for those who don't know, the 4-digit challenge is basically my step-by-step system to help gaming YouTubers reach their first 1,000 loyal subscribers in just 90 days. So inside of the challenge, you'll get almost daily video lessons. Each one's going to teach you like a specific technique or strategy for that day. Once you've consumed your lesson for the day, you'll be given what's called a take action checklist. It's basically going to force you to actually implement the most important things that you just learned. And also throughout the challenge, you'll get access to a private Discord server full of awesome, committed YouTubers just like Attack Power right here. And so far, my students have been getting some incredible results. So if you'd like to learn more, I'll leave a link in the description. And maybe I'm a bit biased here, but I would say it's an investment, isn't that right?
I'm a big believer in investing in yourself. So I feel like anything you spend money on that educates you generally is an investment. I mean, definitely by the numbers, I've made more than I spent on the course.
That's awesome. And not only that, when you sign up for the 4-digit night challenge, I'm throwing in a bunch of cool bonuses, like the Grow Your Gaming Channel course that will teach you to do the technical stuff on YouTube that's important, like actually recording and editing awesome videos and designing highly eye-catching thumbnails. You'll also get 12-month access to a personal email address that you can contact me or my team with to ask any of your questions. And you'll get access to a private Discord mastermind full of like-minded, helpful individuals just like Attack Power here. I'm also throwing in my full-time creator blueprint masterclass, which is an in-depth lecture that will basically take you through the process you need to follow once you hit 1,000 subscribers if you want to potentially turn your channel into a full-time source of income. So you can click the link down below to join the challenge today, and not only will you get access to all of the training and take action checklists we talked about earlier, but you'll also get all of these bonuses completely for free. And of course, I stand behind my product 100%. So if you go through all my challenge and actually learn and implement the stuff that I teach, but for some reason you don't have at least 1,000 subscribers in 90 days, I'll refund your entire investment. So if that sounds fair, click the link down below and join the 4-digit challenge right now. But obviously, don't just take it from me. Attack Power, obviously we haven't talked about any of this before recording the video. Again, you're not getting any kickbacks for anyone who signs up, but in your honesty, we'll talk about it later. For anyone like who's considering signing up though, would you honestly recommend the 4-digit challenge to someone who's serious about taking their gaming channel to the next level?
Oh yeah, you have to be ready to commit. Like you got to be at least willing to finish the course out and at least try the things inside the course. Like, you got to like take time out of your gaming schedule to do YouTube. So if you're going to do that, that's when you can consider investing in a course like this to try to speed up that process and hopefully be successful sooner.
So to learn more or just sign up for the challenge right away and get all the free bonuses, all you have to do is click the link down below in the description. I hope to see you there.